Paul, you said it was the biggest game of the season. Fortunately, not the result anybody at Cheltenham wanted. What was your reaction to the exit?
Yeah, no, obviously hugely disappointing. I mean, I was very down after the game, and I think my views probably mirrored those of everybody who came along. The Cheltenham fans made their views known because it was such a big opportunity, to be in the hat for the draw later today, and we were all looking forward to that and the potential and the revenue that might have generated. But I think we have to accept, despite that disappointment, we've had 2 weeks of turmoil at the club. With the appointment of a new manager, a new assistant manager, people coming and going, the Oxford game, local derby. It's been a bit manic, and to expect Paul Buckle to turn things around and wave a magic wand and suddenly just turn out a great performance and beat Dover was probably expecting too much. I mean, I think football is a lot about confidence, and we've got a team like Dover who, part-time team, but there they are in the conference, 10 games or more undefeated, confidence high, already beaten Morecambe, and obviously our players are having a struggle at the moment, and they're not only struggling with their own form and results, but obviously with the changes of personnel, and it's going to take some time to bed that in. So to take some positives, and how can you take a positive out of that defeat? And in a way you can't, because what it was worth. But the positives are that we still made £50,000 to £60,000 in the FA Cup run, which we didn't budget. So that's a huge big positive. And for me, the positives are we've made some really, really tough decisions. We've made those now. We can park those, and we can start making those work. And I'm really, really comfortable that we have made the right decisions. People can argue about the timing. Some would say we should have made it earlier. Yeah, some would say we should have made it last season, possibly. But we are where we are. We've made the decisions. We've got a new management team in place. I'm really encouraged and enthused by what's happening already in terms of behind the scenes, but it's going to take some time for them to work with the players, change systems, and obviously bring in new personnel. And I suppose you could argue the timing of the appointments didn't help in terms of the transfer window closing on the same day. That wasn't the best plan. But it's where we are. Transfer window opens in January. Paul and John have already been looking at player recruitment. We will be looking to try and strengthen the squad in January. The FA Cup would have helped that, but nevertheless we're still going to be able to do something. We have to do something, because we can't expect a manager to come in and not give him some tools to do the job. Got another meeting with Paul this afternoon and Rob Edwards to talk about their plans, how they see the next month going. So we need to be prepared when that transfer window opens to move quite quickly on some specific targets, and clearly that will be one of Paul's objectives over the next few weeks, I'm sure. On top of that, obviously we need to get some points on the board, starting with Mansfield. But I think we did create quite a few chances. We did hit the post. We did have a goal disallowed. On another day, we things might have gone our way, but it wasn't to be. As I say, hugely disappointing. No one's more disappointed than I am. I'm sure the players are equally disappointed too, because for them, it's their careers, and the chance of playing in the third round would have been fantastic for them. So no one goes into these games wanting to lose. I think they gave their best. They worked hard. I think we are seeing a greater work ethic. It's a better organisation. We're not conceding goals like we were. So that we are getting there, but it will take time. And so just plead with fans. Let's give the new management team some patience, some time. Let's try and get behind the players. They may not be the best loved bunch of players we ever had at Cheltenham Town. And I think gone are the days where you're going to have the Bankses and the Graysons who are here year after year after year. That isn't the nature now of Football League. Players tend to be short-term contracts, and that often suits the club as much as it suits the player. But these are the players we've got. They are working very, very hard in training. I know that, I've seen that. They're working much harder perhaps than they were earlier in the season in terms of the sessions that are being put on and the time they're there. And they are a good bunch of players. They are a good bunch of players. There's lots of strong characters there. So let's hope that between them and the new management team, and with the support of the supporters, we can get round and turn around what is a very difficult situation. It's not too dissimilar to the situation that Yates inherited from Martin Allen in many respects. We've been in a lot of tough places at Cheltenham Town over the years. Believe you me, we have been in tougher places than this. And now it's just about sticking together and getting behind the team, because we're all in it together. And I told Paul Buckle this, the board are fully behind him. We'll do everything we can. I just want the supporters and the sponsors and everybody else to just grin and bear it a little bit. We've had great times here. We'll have great times again. Let's just get through this tough time together.
Yeah, you touched on this a minute ago, but there were accusations from people who left the ground, obviously very upset yesterday, that the players didn't look like they were giving it everything. Do you think that's unfair?
I think it's unfair. I think there's no unquestioned. Some of our players, the body language doesn't help them, and I think we've had players like that in the past. And you can't change people's body language, but I think they all worked hard against a very hard, physical, strong side in quite heavy conditions. I thought they worked hard. I don't think you can fault the work rate. I think what you can fault probably is the quality, some decision making at times, some of the shooting, and I think that comes from the fact that you've got a team which is a little bit down on confidence at the moment. Get a goal, get that confidence going again, and those players will start to believe themselves again. And the really big job Paul has got is to get those players believing in themselves and taking a chance and thinking about the pass. And we'll get that back, because players don't become bad players overnight. These are the same players, don't forget, were won 3-2 at Tranmere after being 2-0 down, and one at Bury and one at Cambridge. So we're quite capable of winning against tough teams in this division. We just need to get that confidence back.
Yeah, and you said that it is a tough time and everyone needs to grin and bear it, but if there are some fans thinking, what have we got to look forward to with no FA Cup and a while to wait to join, what would you say to fans who just need a bit of a lift at this moment?
What I'd say is that we've had a reasonable FA Cup run. We beat Swindon. We've had a good run in the other cups with Bristol City. We went to Brighton. So we have had some high spots this year, and we're having to go through some difficult times at the moment. But that is life, and sometimes you have to experience the lows to appreciate the highs. These are some lows. Let's make no two bounds about it. But I think the board is committed to the campaign, if you like, and the campaign doesn't end till May. Long way to go, and we've still got a really realistic chance of having a good season here. So I just urge fans just to get behind your team. Come along and support us against Portsmouth in a big game in a couple of weeks' time. We've got lots of big games coming up: Newport County, Exeter away on Boxing Day. Just come along and support your team. That's all we ask, and we really appreciate your support.